This is an epically dangerous moment.
Well, and to make that even more explicit, he has essentially threatened General Mark Milley with death. And he has signaled to his MAGA fanatic fan base that this man deserves to die. This is a hero military United States general that was the chair of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. And he explicitly issued a threat against him because he knows there will be no recourse and that his followers have no problem with that. But his party has no problem with it. Where is the condemnation from the Republican Party for Donald Trump issuing a written threat against General Milley? I've heard nothing but silence.
Total silence, as there has been total silence about the threats, about the intimations towards violence that we've seen play out over many years. There will be a moment where these intimations and threats trigger actual real violence. There are strong arguments to be made that it has already. We know for certain that radicalized individuals have acted. We know for certain, having watched with our own eyes on January 6th, how the incitements translate to violence. But it seems to me that there is something growing, growling, menacing out there, and it is not being confronted. Now, I do want to say this. The Democratic Party in its entirety must condemn Senator Robert Menendez, roll him up in a carpet, and proverbially throw him over the side of the deck, because corruption accrues to Donald Trump's benefit. Chaos accrues to Donald Trump's benefit. If the race is about, well, both sides are corrupt, even if it's a false equivalence, it accrues to Trump's benefit. The only way out of this, the only way through this, is an appeal to better. So the country has been in a profound crisis before. It is a feature of democracies that they awaken late to threats. Winston Churchill talked about the gathering storm. He talked about the Second World War as the unnecessary war. But what is coming is nearing. And when you have a former president so unhinged today, threatening a former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff or current chairman about to retire with death, threatening journalists with shutdown and violence, and threatening to imprison political opponents, it has to be taken seriously. When you have the entirety of a political party that remains silent, they are complicit with it. I mean, we are at the hour that John Kennedy warned about when he said, "Beware the foolish men who seek power by trying to ride the back of the tiger only to wind up inside it." That's where we are. And so this moment requires an ability to communicate the threat, but also optimistically, where are we going as we move away from this? But nobody should be confused at all about how close we are to the edge of the abyss in this country. Judging from Donald Trump's words, he means it.
Well, he means it, and his party means it as well. I mean, DeSantis, who's considered, for a while, was supposed to be one of the alternatives, is saying that they're going to start